financial strategist here at Confidence Wealth. And every week I try to bring a topic that gets talked about in my meetings that is, on everyone's mind. So this big topic seems to be 529 plans. And a lot of grandparents thinking, should I do it for my grandkids? And their concern is, what if this grandkid doesn't use it or something like that? But obviously, when you're thinking about 529 plan, one of the benefits of doing a 529 plan is that it's going to grow and then it will be tax-free to pay for the college needs. So one of the reasons that people worry about, well, what if my kid doesn't go to college or things like that, that could happen. So what I would say is, in your family, take a look and say, are there other family members that this could be transferred to? So you may have like 5 grandkids and you start a 529 for all of them, but one of them is going to go to medical school, is going to do all these different great things. And the other one is not that the other one's not going to do great things, but the other one may say, I'm an artist and my great things are going to come through creativity. And maybe he'll go to a little bit of school and then drop out. So the good news with the 529 plan is you can transfer it to your other grandchild. So that gives you the flexibility when you have multiple grandkids or nieces and nephews and cousins or whatever it may be, that you can transfer it to other family members. I personally think a 529 is a great way to really help your children because it really helps pay for that college need when it comes to your grandkids. Just think about how much college costs are now today and what's expected that they are going to go higher in the future. So whether any type of schooling they may go to, I would assume they need some sort of an education. Doesn't have to necessarily be a full-on university. It could be someone that goes a little bit to school and learns some things about trades and things like that. So it's, they may go to IT school, whatever that may be, as long as it's self-bettering, right? There are some even acting schools that can actually take that. Whatever the case is, the point is, as long as it's for education and then obviously helping them through that process and so forth, this could be very useful. That the little bit that you're going to put away for them, the moment they're born, that's how I want you to look at it. That moment that your daughter or son calls you and says you have that grandchild, that's a great and perfect opportunity for you to start that 529 plan. And you can even put more into that than giving them the Christmas gifts and things that really, sometimes we go overboard with the gifts we give to grandkids, nieces and nephews. And do they really need all those toys, all those clothes? Some they do, but not all of it. So maybe that could be what you would do. You give a little bit in terms of a gift and you put the rest towards their 529 plans. And for those of you who want to, you were thinking about gifting. So maybe you're like, I want to gift the money, but I don't know what they're going to do with it. Are they going to be smart about it and so forth? Well, that's another way, is take a look and say, if I wanted to gift my son 15,000, well, what if instead of gifting him 15,000, I put 15,000 into a 529 plan for his son or his daughter? So trust me, they're going to appreciate it. They're going to be very, very happy when the time comes. I'll give you a great example of one of my clients that basically she was planning the whole time going, oh my goodness, the college cost is going to be extreme for her son, and he goes to private school. He's gone to private school to special needs and so forth. So it's really eat up a lot of their money. And now he's going to go to college, which is a very exciting and fantastic thing. But it was going to cost her a good 70,000 per year. You can imagine. She did not expect that. In some cases 40, some cases 30, whatever it may be. And she was looking at the 529s she had set up for her son, and it was going to pay for about 40,000 per year. So she was like, okay, I guess this means I got to work a little longer and I have to put more money away to cover the difference. And she had completely forgotten that her parents had also started 529. And we started talking and brainstorming. And then she's like, wait, did my parents do that? And then I said, I told her, I said, I remember one of the meetings she had told me, but so she went to her parents and asked, and sure enough, it has been set up. And they had, in a sense, all of them. It's just something they've always done that they forgot about. And all of a sudden, she looks and there is 200,000 sitting in those 529 plans because they had started it since he was a baby. And both sets of grandparents were contributing to these 529 plans. And that little bit that they contributed every year for those 18, 19 years had significantly had grown. And now there was sitting there tax-free. So not only she was now able to cover the difference, she was able to cover part of hers as well. So she was pretty exciting. So between all the 529 plans, it was going to pay for her son to go to that I-League school, and on top of it, be able to have money for him to stay there and pay for the dorms and so forth, and all those extra costs that goes for college. So I thought that was such an exciting and fun story, and what a success that this had happened, that everybody in that family had thought responsibly about how we want to take care of our son, our grandson, and this is what they had done. So when I see things like this, I think it's a great way to be able to, it's not just what you're doing that's going to help each other, but it is in a sense a legacy play, because maybe sometimes kids will not be able to go to the schools they wanted to go to. It is a shame. I've seen that, where that, very expensive school was going to cost too much and they can't get into it. So if there are things that's in advance, in a proactive way set up, this could be very helpful. So I think holistic planning is taking a look at everything in your life, and that includes all the family members, and sometimes small things, small hinges that swing big doors. And I find those 529s are those small hinges that swing big doors in a financial plan for your children down the line, so they don't have to work so hard and long to put the kids through school all by themselves. And it also will definitely help the child or the grandchild, because guess what? They're not going to have the debt of having to pay any of those loans that they're going to take for school. So think smart, think strategically. There are always different kinds of buckets you can set aside, and think how to spend your money wisely on things that can actually create much, much, much more effect and legacy for many, many, many years to come. So if you have any questions about 529s and you're wondering if you should set some up, or if you're investing it the right way and so forth, well, you know where to find us. You can post a question for me here, or you can email me directly at askcrystal@icwm.com. That's askcrystal@icwm.com. Until next time, have a great one.